Good morning. Last day we were learning about World War First, its causes and the Treaty of Versailles. You are given homeworks to learn the causes and the Treaty of Versailles. I hope you have learned the lesson well. Today we start a new lesson, lesson 11, Rise of Dictatorship. After World War I, many new developments took place in Europe. One such event is the rise of dictatorship. Dictatorship is a form of government that took place after the First World War. Before World War I also dictatorship was there, but after World War I, dictatorship rose in Europe in different forms. And two of the worst forms of dictatorial government was Fascism and Nazism. Dictatorship means a form of government, and the government is run by a single leader or a group of leaders of a political party. Dictatorship is a form of government which is run by a single leader or group of leaders belonged to a political party or the relatives of the leader or the kith and kins of the leader. So in dictatorial form of government, the people are not having much say. The ruler rules the nation or the state by his own will, and the ruler is above the constitution also. The dictator possessed unlimited power, and he was unquestionable. Opposition parties were not allowed. If anyone criticizes the dictator, such opponents were dealt very severely. They were punished very severely. So altogether, dictatorial form of government is not a good form of government. And the dictatorship in different countries are known by different names. So after World War I, dictatorial form of government developed in Italy and Germany. And these dictatorial form of government are known as Fascism and Nazism respectively. Fascism and Nazism are two worst form of dictatorship. Dictatorial form of governments generally termed as fascism. The dictatorship originated in Italy after World War I, which was developed by an Italian leader named Benito Mussolini. Benito Mussolini was the leader of Italy. He emerged as the leader of Italy after World War I, and he took the reins of administration in his own hands, and he became the ruler of Italy. He belonged to a political party named Fascist Party, and when he became powerful, he became the leader of Italy. He started to rule Italy by his own will. He used the other leaders of Fascist Party to run the government. But Mussolini was overall powerful. all the important offices, all the institutions of administration, judiciary, everything was held by the fascist men only. So the same way, in Germany also, dictatorial government developed after World War I. And the dictatorship in Germany is termed as Nazism. Adolf Hitler was the leader of Germany after World War I. He emerged as the leader of Germany, and he belonged to a political party named Nazi Party. So the dictatorial form of government developed in Germany came to be known as Nazism. So both these dictatorship took its name from the name of the political party to which the leaders of these respective nations belonged. Mussolini belonged to fascist party, that's why his government or his dictatorship came to be known as fascism. And Adolf Hitler belonged to Nazi party, that's why the dictatorship in Germany or the dictatorship developed by Hitler came to be known as Nazism. Both fascism and Nazism were having much similarities in its ideologies. And so many factors were also responsible for the growth of dictatorial governments in Italy and Germany. Many of the factors for the growth of dictatorship in Italy and Germany are also similar. One of the biggest reasons for the rise of dictatorship in Italy and Germany was unstable government. After World War I, there was no stable government in Italy and in Germany. So there was totally political instability prevailed in Italy and Germany. And due to this political instability, two of the leaders of the respective nations named Mussolini and Hitler, they became the leaders of the nations. They promised that both these leaders were having a charismatic personality, and they promised the people that they would raise the glory and prestige of their own nations. These Italians and Germans had a speciality. They were very much bothered about the prestige and glory of their own nations. The people of Italy and Germany were ready to listen to anyone who speaks about the glory and prestige of their nations for many hours. They were ready to listen the leader who was speaking the ancient glory and prestige of their nation for hours. And Mussolini and Hitler were having the ability to speak of the glorious past of their nations. Both were very good orators. They inspired the people of speaking about the glorious past of Italy and Germany. Mussolini spoke of the glorious past of Italy, and Hitler spoke of the glorious past of Germany. And both these leaders promised that they would regain the lost glory of Italy and Germany, or they would regain the lost glory of their own respective nations. Thus, the people of Italy and Germany trusted on these leaders. People of Italy felt that Mussolini is the only leader who can regain the lost glory and prestige of Italy. The same way, people of Germany also felt that Hitler is the only leader who can raise the glory and prestige of Germany. So the people trusted these leaders, they accepted them as their own leaders. Thus, Hitler and Mussolini became very popular in their own nations. But in this lesson, we need to learn only the topic, that is the similarity between the ideologies of fascism and Nazism. Rest of the things are not there in the syllabus. So we'll directly move to the topic, similarity between the ideologies of fascism and Nazism. Most of the ideologies of fascism and Nazism were similar. So we'll discuss the similarities. First one, both believed in one party and one leader. Fascism and Nazism, they believed in one party and one leader. There shall be one party for Italy and only one party for Germany. And there should be only one leader for these nations. Hitler told that there should be only one party in Germany, that is Nazism or the Nazi party. And the leader of Nazi party is Hitler only. Similarly, Mussolini felt that or believed that there should be only one party in Italy, and the party is fascist party, and the leader should be Mussolini. There should be any leader other than Mussolini in Germany. So both parties believed in the principles one party and one leader. Another common belief of fascism and Nazism, both were against democratic principles. There was no stable government in Italy and Germany, so both parties were not having any belief in democratic principles. They were against democracy. And they were against communism also. After the Russian Revolution, communist form of government developed in Russia, or communism developed in Russia. So after World War I, since there was no stable governments in Italy and Germany, these leaders felt that the communist leaders or Russia shall spread communism to Italy and Germany, and if communism is spreading to Italy and Germany, then these nations also will also had to rule according to the orders given by the communist leaders of Russia. So they never wanted to be dictated by Russia. So both were against communism. Fascism and Nazism both were against communism. So we can say fascism and Nazism were anti-democratic and anti-communist. Anti-democratic and anti-communist means opposing democracy and opposing communism. They believed in intense nationalism. Fascism and Nazism believed or laid stress on intense nationalism. They gave utmost importance to nationalistic feelings. They instilled the people nationalism, and they wanted to raise the glory of Italy and Germany to the maximum. They wanted to make Italy and Germany world nations, the most powerful nations of world. That's why they filled nationalism in the minds of the people of Italy and Germany. So fascism and Nazism laid stress on intense nationalism, as well as they were anti-democratic and anti-communist principles. Then another important common feature of fascism and Nazism was they supported war. They promoted war. Because these leaders believed that a nation becomes great or a nation becomes greater only when it attacks another nation and conquer the territories of another nation. So both leaders wanted to make Italy and Germany the most glorious and powerful nations, and that is why they promoted war. So fascism and Nazism promoted war. They were against internationalism. Fascism and Nazism were against internationalism. They were against international peace between nations. They opposed peace between nations and they developed aggressive nationalism. So another important feature of fascism and Nazism, they were against internationalism. Yeah, these all are some of the main common characteristics of fascism and Nazism. First one, both believed in one party and one ruler. Both were against democracy and communism. Then both promoted war. They supported aggressive nationalism. They were against internationalism. Yeah, these are some of the common characteristics of fascism. Okay, another one is they supported totalitarian form of government. Totalitarian form of government means totalitarian, that is a form of government in which the people have to follow the order of the government. Government is overall powerful and the government's order or interest of the nation that should get priority over individuals' interest. So people must follow orders of the government rather than their personal interest. Okay, interest of the nation should get priority than the interest of individuals. So it is obligatory. The nation is the paramount power and interest of the nation is utmost importance. That's why all people must follow the orders of the government. Normally it is like that, but it is obligatory for all the people to follow the government. Whether the government is going wrong, then also the people have to follow the order of government. Obligatory for the people to follow the government. That's such a form of government. That's called a totalitarian government. So they believed in totalitarianism. Okay, that's all. That's all about the similarity between the ideologies of fascism and Nazism. So in the book it is given some of the important common characteristics of fascism and Nazism, or ideology, common features of the ideology between fascism and Nazism is given in your book. So you just go through it and learn it very well, because you have to learn only one topic in this lesson, that is this similarity between the ideologies of fascism and Nazism. That's why you learn it very well. You write a note of this similarity. Okay, the main points you write and you learn. So you read this topic well and you learn. Your homework is to learn minimum 4 of the common characteristics or minimum 4 of the similarity in the ideologies of fascism and Nazism. Okay, so learn it very well. Thank you.